Welcome to Legal Matters. As soon as you join us, share the program for us. As soon as you join us, share it for us, please.
see you say to say, Papa, you fear that man. Oh, Bravo, I guess you was dancing in motion, come say, on Sabeka. A family you say to 2 Mama, ain't so a pass to the Quamanio. And I'm assuming you're not it, you're not it, and money go fear. Them not to go to the criminal. I'm a quarter walk on. Into a cramp and before say, sanity, or the 2 point. If it's in production, so yes, now fuck with you, was no. Baby, I knew what baby, baby, I knew what baby, you. International came to us, only them who be a Santi. Them no go to a Santino, not in Como shows it to know Abamu. Into a piano in Gwen, I'm not the two, Lenin say.
Yes, share the program for us. We're bringing you immigration updates.
It's make it up to me and Bamiensa. Me, baby, I was Santimemo. Now, baby, I want to be free. No, I hold my even it's great to the share. I'm not to do about more mine. Do you have a more Kumu? Obi abaku oga be na kwa mai die na ebi free ye no enti etu kwani di kum bi ase na sa okum bi ase e ho na hinfunyina e bodwa e ho no mo na ye bonu ano ebi bi mo ma se tre enti kum bi ase na da ni kum asine ana ti so look at that santi ama santi die bro chi it's me there missing the kind na why dear yay I'm not the kind yay I'm not the kind them no nothing you do baby no Asante for the man Grobia. Yeah, man, Asante, Akuna Saramochi, Openya.
Yes.
Samra Mikena, na Amachi, Uno Banda.
This is history. This is legal matters. Obey the Nicoranoti, or the soul of my friend of Patre, or the Apatre of your Nicoranoti, the Muranoti, well. And I was an when you might rest into Mr. Woody, well. Apatre can say, be a much, and could be nice and watching and the Kumwani. Into a crump and it was almost said that when I was just like a way I read. That's an hour finishing us on my movies. I'm not to be my soul, demo. I'm a connect demo bone. If you made it, yes, you ain't go be a boy. I'm not in the world away. If you baby, I'm not you die, yet to put it in yeah, Patrick. Chia Patrick, make a was a me, over Kumasi University, Chihuahua. I want me to see how much it. Now I'm not sure about the circumcision. I'm going to be baby. I'm going to be it's immediate to see me kind. No, yay, I'm not here. Make I walk. Yay, I'm not here. I look so good. I'm not here. Yes, Bema Beyebi, Wanyininina. Okomfo anoche sanka okufri omembi to say Israel and keveka se nyankopon de ne ye adwuma. And so be free a bibiri mu de ye say eye abonsamsem ana ode ye ne nnwuma. Enti we de eye ye fene say asem sebe ye nyina ye mfa nko adwendwene mu. Enfantefo na ebu bebi say
ofrifia oye enti se ade so frifia aya na wakamfo enti sana etie na penifo se bubi so se aboa apan anase anoma apan enye ne pe ese anko obeda ama niti idea ahwefom na ni nyina no na eye ne shebre lawyer Darko etire NTS so a yenyae eche soa mesoso eye me shebre ese enedai e wose me mo ba na ye betwetwe enkomo kakra legal matters ekromo de ekoso in terms of the law na se de mani situa no ayana immigration eho na ayana ye home in pa because sebe se ye mfiri kromoa anase ja mu ye kromoa no eho anayana enkofo bebre problems ewo eno ntina ye pese ye boye ho modin bia na ye nuanom a omuhia moa yetimi aboa omo in the best possible way that we can enye easy ekroma se woni enkrata sebe ebusua etena simpo a aya ye nka wonka ho na obi ka sembi ema merewe ese ono ankasa na wofo afri mu na ebusua ewu krumwa atena se na sebe yamfre nimpo ese onumpo emeka na dwene anase omekere na dwene all because woni enkrata enti e ka omo betimi atu akwa ba onka ho enti e wose yede ne to side lines na oma umukita nkrata no ehia edi nkomo ehye emre a yede beye ayie na we nyina no eye ade a ekoso na enye asemba kope eye nsema de bia yete enuti na lawyer Darko mesumidi asimi ho so say every Saturday eye memory de biara ebo 11 to 1 o'clock ye beba ne ba be church mrani mu de eba de eko na yenua bi wo a ebia emra na change a ebetimi aboa na ono soso etimi ayede etu anamon enunti na mema first mani so every Saturday bia meti ha yi na meti asoso a menti akwa mo mpaebo ene mo support eno na tambia no encourage me ema me ahoden ema me de eba efidie so every Saturday. Enti, we cherish your support and we thank you all for your support and your prayers. Because ejuma we enye easy. I know that I have to say. Apart from the legal aspect of what we do, there are so many things that we also do behind closed doors to motivate people, to encourage people, to help people to find solutions to their problems. And you be able to find a solution. But we are doing the best that we can. And it is always our wish that we are able to do the best that we can to support the community and to support people who come to our aid. So for that reason, we will continue to fire. We will continue to deliver. And we will continue to inspire. Because at the end of the day, without hope, there is no life. And therefore, we have to do the best that we can and help each other. It's very, very important. Entino yadamasipi. Na ene edebe na yede ebremo ene. Now before I start the program, me say, who be here? Esa me chere a bit about immigration procedural rules in this country. Na eye important Mr. P si be yi asum na ye betie nie na ma shada so na me ka ne twi mo no said ye ya hopefully understanding it be clear. The dilemma that I have, or justice and law solicitors that we also have a lot of clients from across the globe, and therefore some of them are listening to us, and therefore it makes it very, very difficult just to stick to our local dialect. For that reason, I will do the best that I can to mix it up a bit so that those watching us who do not speak the Ghanaian language of Chi can also benefit from today's program. But I will sort of switch it around as much as I can so that there'll be something in for everyone, so that we can all take something from today's program. Kofi Mame, Pentecost Hima, Michachiao, and Adope, Baby Ubia, Madam Kate Uwusua Donko. Menim se ohoye pa, mse Nyankopon adom, abusia foni na esoso ehoye. Enti ene ede na yede bremo. Menim se Madam Scotland, Christiana Baden, also what tuning in. Na ya na mpanimfo se wosuo nsuo na se wosoa ensa ana ohudie die emu edu. Sisi asembusa se ensuo ni ensa de hi na emu odu a. Me sure say anyone be brave. Ain't remember the correct answer. Enti ene yebehwe. Let's put it to the test. If your program now wa be free bia na you use as a question. Ensuo ene ensa de hi na emu odu. Justice and law, what dear na what dear sem. Yaja obotentim, yaye kokromoti, yensa ye ho mopo. Wosa ye ho kra na besaba. Sana etie. Justice and law solicitors ye de ne kware ana eye adwuma. Enu nti na ye din no age baabia no. Enti se wo immigration problem, wo employment problem, wo family problem, divorce, child arrangements, custody order, that sort of work. Ubitini ede o how abeda justice and law solicitors. Now media me gidi is a true operation of the law. We will help you to achieve justice. Say odi ato asoso na program no wa share amaye. Tembia no your program na man for send the texts. Lawyer, are you not doing the program today? I cannot see you. Today more emotion no na enososo boye ema yetimi SPD app. Enti na masepi mo abasha ase share program no. Mo so munya share no, mo nkoso na mo share said you can also follow Justice and Law Solicitors. Enti tembia ne buy na send you notification straight away. Na onsa idea aka na also wetimi ede ato no Saturday bia ye ba. Ayana sometimes it's very difficult for people to maybe get the link to mesripi. So what they are told na the ye no a yo fa adoma bi osoro pepepepe o press adoma na a notification button unya press adoma na pepepepe ye ba ye bia no straight away now send a message to you to press ya na chese edem enti no sana etie oja dem sana etie enti ene pese me kire procedure ni mu kakra na papa bi dia betwa ono na etwe madwene eba asa procedure yi mu enti no mi monidi ono de ofere ade ano pese bi bonidi na me so ni mne ho di start of AY aha enti no bibia no wada roma na atwema dwene abasa ade wi so cause of frame me ene metwetwe nkomo about 2 weeks ago. Now since then no ye nuanum bebre so afre omubusa questions along those lines. So I felt say before I start today's program, I need to also do the best that I can and explain these procedure rules so that before anyone take any action, they will then hopefully know what to do. Because if not, they could go and make a mistake, and that will put them in a very, very tight situation. Okay, what am I talking about? Home Office. This is some of their procedure rules that I think we all have to be aware of, and we also have to take note. Aish, I see. Nana hema adenten. Meaning say bibia or recordo bogo. Na edia eda Facebook ide nya dia ka mehu da o. Obeni de nana de nana kwatwa. Yate. Nana hema adenten. When you hu apie. Nana ye chiachia. Nana ibo di anyisi ebu yebu. Good morning to you. Meaning say busuafo no obia soso ehon eye. Na procedure rules no ampesa meka bi ho asem ebi ne sen. Home Office rule number 1. If you put in an application for leave to enter or for leave to remain or an extension of leave, once you put that application in, you ought to bear in mind that you cannot leave the country. Mr. Fuzzy, a champan nakuza. Semo Facebook edin Dawson. Facebook the assembly. Okay. And the Home Office requirement or the rule is that once you submit an application for leave to remain or for leave to enter the United Kingdom, you cannot travel, especially if you are already in the United Kingdom. You submit an application for leave to remain. Maybe something has happened that you need to travel urgently. Unfortunately, whilst the application is pending, from the day 1 that you leave the United Kingdom, the application will be deemed to be withdrawn. Omo ebebu say application one kasa wa withdraw application no. Ti ebesrem say wo the application kotuma e wo se unya entoboase ema decision no eba ensa na betu kwan a wotu kwan. Yenuanom bi e the application kotum enyama no akotwa plane ticket. With the hope and belief that the Home Office will make the decision according to his timetable. And when it does not happen that way, then it becomes problematic. It becomes a problem. So for that reason, what I will say is this. Mesremo, with the application kotum, now oko preo ho whilst the application is inside. Now oko preo ho every chrome one. Home Office have got every right to refuse you entry. I didn't make us the same way because it be menim. Where any panel or your application for indefinite leave to remain as a family member of European national. You decam money 5 years. 5 years no soon we no. Ana okoye application for indefinite leave under Appendix U of the immigration rules. Now, any panel says application, oh yeah, omunjo passport, omunjo bibia, omujikano muskanyom side mount back. Tinipani ya najene say, oh, semikita me passport to dia. Any mayor die, me kofi. Because of the application, they call you know, none of visa na kabe 2 months. Abanewu. Eti emergency buy to office or the 2 no. Okofi akodi be 2 weeks no. The visa is still valid. Yes, technically the visa is still valid. Eti wa ya application akwa akotum asono brache wenti asem ana kiki office say ne card na kita no visa ni mu ye no de obetimi e de akọ esa de aba be wura mu biem. Na obedru airport no ba back no say na CEO na akoye nsempi. Afede immigration officers questions upon questions no. And the trigger say ni panakra no or the application akwa akotum before say all free chroma akwa Ghana. And therefore by Home Office procedure rules no, then by definition no, say all the application kotum na all free the jurisdiction of Ghana, all free jurisdiction of the UK. Then technically the application is withdrawn. Now papai dia eje no and I said dia eboa ne say though no the application akwa akotum ne visa na ne kita no still na enwui na ka be 2 weeks ama sa visa na wu enti at the airport no kikiri no in the end no they concluded say sa application will be 2 and send na all no. Technically, that application is withdrawn, and therefore that application is going to be cancelled. Now, the abua no like your year they send a visa na nikita no still not in mui. And therefore, she say about back no afi na also be new application ako. The question me busa me hone say sen kan visa ne so na anka wu a anka be ma ne kwan amana sa be wuremu ana. I doubt it very much. We a technicality. Enti yenuanom yenye very careful. Se obi wo hono ma or the application kotuma na afi awoso aka no. Na akom ate asire so. Wo ka hwia wonte ase. Ane wo se meko, ane wo se meko, ane wo se meko. Tamo fa nkotu mu no. Na sa akom na NTC ne so. Na empanimfo se owuwoi aya na esisi aso. Enti se obi bi ene aboa bubonua ane empanimfo ka ye no. Anka obeto ekuma bi ama no. Ade bi obi ya ase ye suicidal. Ade a nipa ne ye no utimu se emoa no. Eso o kachira no obubu nu egu na sum ase owu asisi na so ase ye no akombieti asine so o ka hwea ontie de opese o ya na oye. Sesi America yi mi aminimobi a wakọ Ghana akọ akoka because ye tu nefo no na osi ontie for whatever reason. Many na ehano what was possessing this person. As see America, only ankro edaso ewo Ghana America. 2 years in here, waloki. Na aya na sa ensensem we nyina no. Ana eye futuo ai pese bi ma yenua no. Said ya mistake obi aye no. Osuso onko yebi. Enti sadi we medi baba ya example. This is obia or your application momo refuse no. Ana oye appeal. Appeal ni demo no, and unfortunately, omami efrim. Na omami free no, chinchinia or se ono na eye ebakai, and I say eba or ye penini. Enti eye dear ya e also Ghana no kusie omami. Ai fed ye efe ese asem se aba na wa ye penini sabio obeko na ona odina kwa okokra no anaso wakusiesie na chi. Fedi efe na debiam kasa asemwi ewiase ye de adwene na adwene enya akoma na ye de dwene. Yes, wakoma extra say we na eya de person ye, but you have to think of your head, your mind. Anybody asem ne beto mani mu no mebisa ne sebasa. Say we case we appeal. Unyan court, a decision has not been made. You currently do not have a visa. Sesi a o pre ho a wo se wukui na wo kwa obede aba oso ndio na nim kwa obefa so aba meka che ne se hwe kodi de easy o na o ba e ho na bo say yes enye easy sa na aya na unfortunately kasa de eso bia nim kasa obi o ho no ma obeka che se metimi abo enso so no bia eba bedru baabi no na afi akoye ensempi kasa di obi animka anumdwa so di obi animdwa na emmom when it comes to the do and the doing na ho na hu say there is a difference and between the pay for still minim de na no what was possessing him. He went to Ghana afi wakoye aye na wie Ekrofo ye pressure ma say bro no. O ma be say ka kiro say da be na wo ko. Boka wo che. Boka be yo ma me ye awie. Na oda so te ye de. Eti se bio se bio mumpo asma baby. Eti me ye be ka kire amansan de se bio ye de ehia ense ne aye de fata. Yes, o ma me afrim amambre mu no e fata se. Oba kokra no. Emperi force na ka se odwan akwa ne ho na mokọ se bibi nti untimi nkwa de e wo se wo ye no no ye na mamrem nanka o ma ye bibia kama amana free ho no because ewiase okwa yiase na se nkrofo osu bebrebe a eye ka eye ne deba enti no se wantimi ankompo na se wo di bibi ko na se wantimi ye dombe ya eno so eye the amount for beka de ma amount for nka he uko wanko amount for beka obi obedi watem otwi mutan obedi watem se owo ba na so obewu na so de nti nyame chekro obewu enti no de besi no ebesi enti eye important ese ye be use sebio ya dwene e dia make decisions rather than our hearts and emotions because nyankopon ena enim adekrontia obo body parts na oye de o kire de body part na ese ebia eye se wo de wakoma e make decisions and you make wrong decisions. You have to use your head to make decisions. And you're very, very important. And to measure P, so ubi bimpo efrimu, nasa ewase woko. Nasa o application pending, don't try it. Because o try na wokwa application will be deemed to be cancelled, withdrawn. Abakofa a how bebre na aide abrel. The meka biom so atoso, aye. Appeal. Once again, say what they appeal ekotuma. You have to make sure say the process is complete before say you travel. Or the application continue home officer make sure say the process is complete before you travel. And nothing a home office or the application kwa. Or say do not make any travel plans until we make a decision. Tia best remo ye nyanum bi edomo akwa koto asemu. There DARKO. Sometimes we try wo kra na wo ye de wapem. Because emra ana ye ne de adwuma. Ne brane woso na se pemwa. There is nothing that you can do. E wom se nyame wo ho. Ba Yakobon so amaya adwere se ye nwene. Eno ntina me se bibia ewiase no ye di kan ye de hia ense ne aye de fata. Enti bibu e fata se wo ye. Nemo fa me kono enka ho a obeye den akọ ye de fata no. Ye be se yirua no. Mo the application kotuma menya wagene say you can be smart and beat the system. Obi o ho or the naturalization application akotum. Or the kotum wie ya no apake no okọ. No akọtena Ghana. Oya sade na so mu pe automatically no the application ye be cancel no. Ye cancel no so usika no ashim. Ano de fato wagene. Obi o American enye ne de obeka se lawyer we wu kra ye too much ade kra na ye plain sa. Ewi ase se wo ka ne kra menim se in the end no edikunindie ne bebrem. Sabi o me betena ha emema apofin me de be ba be se apokonkro nam de be ma wo fa ebeboa one fa you will come back and appreciate it, no doubt about that, because no quarry wo we eye ba ko pe unim se entro trading because who can try you have to have time to calculate, you have to have time to think, you have to have time to manipulate. And nothing na entro we you were 3 types. Entro ne papa any deception. Na yenyi asumni ntie die we mde babetwam yesu ane. Entro ne papa e deception. Na ohwe deception there were 3 types of deception. And I said deception ne ma ye miensa. Se ka se deception ne ma ye miensa. Se ka se deception ne ma ne ye miensa o mo ne hwan. The first one, the first son of deception is lying. Entro. The second son or daughter of deception is concealment. Concealment as a BBAC. And the third son or daughter of deception is called spinning. Spinning. As a adeni blue pa na person convince you be say a red. A spinning. Na ninina no entrasim and saying. They all falls within the definition of deception. Entro any say unim se ade no say na etie na afi o twist ade no na o ka asem foforo ebi ni say lo ya DARKO ebia na office pra wunsi hoda na waka che obi so ya DARKO o ko na office okro mo nti o mani mu ma o mu mpenipa enipa no o ma hoda on experience da enso na de enimu no na ebia o kafa lo ya DARKO ho eno ane fa ne lying say ade no the truth is there ne kware ne da ho enso ebia ne nipa no o ka ade a enye no kware ana say enye no kware. 2 concealment. Say concealment o ka asem no na de bi sie ebia na obi afre me o say oh osofu wey wonte ne nka o nye debia ukwa oso oje collection ukwa oso oje tight o se de kwa koto asore dan enso so no ogiska na ebia wodiska no de ogiska ode eso ode no onfanye enso wadi tua pa se osofu yi ayusu ska no ebia e de akwakoto asori dan no anase omu o process ne so omu negotiate oba asori ni bi wankasa wani tua de ekoso every week ye mamo update of what is happening with your money. Now after no ukojina baby you are concealing the truth. As a sorry no accountability at the church no every Sunday. The fact is that negotiations no and as transaction yen complete yenti no. Now the osofone nam na wo say no. Now you are concealing the truth. What when you jakete o say agro baby. And no you find concealment. You are concealing the truth. You know the truth, but you are not prepared to tell the truth because upese ugu or sofono any asori no any mase kwa. There are people like that. The only way they get self-satisfaction is the destruction of another man. The enim and draw and we try good panaso. And to obiana gini mo ha eso tia. O say asori we dey see ano mo ye. Osofu we dey yesi dia no mu duo musika na afei o dey aso sorry for e bia nyankopon anointing no nyankopon ade ni di djuma papa e wo community mu no na odifin egu ne ho concealment dia toso biem spinning se ade no onimpa na nim tua se ade we ye kete ye ba kete o se agrobe ni na ni tua pa gani and so still na enipa no spinning the truth on kind of no so ebia oba lo yadako tine ni mama no watie ni nsem nyina ama no sebio ni case wakọ ho court 3 times ama enne ne saka ne nkrata okojira baabi a sa lawyer we onye kura ko bedu sika sisi ya okwa mi de mi hu do mo ye bia eso ko bedu sika sa bibia o siska o ye telephone call o situa o cholet o situa ka bibia o be ye bia na o charge o eso nipa no ani tua adwuma lawyer ne ye ema lawyer ne so chire ni mu each stage of the transaction how much is going to cost if he was agreed enipa na nya ne ho afi on kamfo instead no obesa spin oh lawyer we o je de hu nipa oh lawyer no wo Brixton no ma say jai yes na num buo den enso na ebia nipa ni mpo oba ye no adwuma no ye kire no enso na wakwa spin because some people are destructive. The only way that they see themselves big, they see themselves self-satisfied, is by the destruction of his brother or sister. There are people like that. They got some spirits sitting inside them. And that spirit is a spirit of destruction. They will never say anything good about anyone but themselves. They play their own trumpet and curse anyone and everyone that comes their way. They are called the destructive people. All that they want to do is to destroy hard-earned reputation of people, sometimes without having any contact. No contact with the individual concerned. So, it's very, very important that the procedures we understand. Because if you put in an application, you listen to the wrong people, and you leave, and you don't have any visa to come back. Even though you may have an application pending, you need to bear in mind that if Home Office becomes aware of you leaving the jurisdiction of the United Kingdom, then what's going to happen is that the application will be cancelled, and you could end up getting stuck. You may not be able to come back. It's a best repeat or the application kotuba. Nyanto boasie ati se aboa entetia. Aboa entitia oni efuro enso so da odidi me. Achichide enim se onim wenti o make sure say all the time no ne ho endane because onim say ne ho dane a oboafo bi ani ho na mo enti mesra mo di application kotuma ase ye de entete bi agumachi ase bo mo hyehye mo ase obi the pressure bi ma mo se chinchina pie ko wan hwe yi asem ni to a na be frɛ la da community mi mu awo because ye de mra ana eye adwuma ekwan ya wo fa so akọ make sure say you have something that you can carry to come back unim say e wo se wutu kwan ya memfa application enkotum because yenuanu bi ahyaase yes ade no na it's a matter of time before say yanom esoso adwene beba so say yanom adwene baso a etabo kama ukona wo ba straight away they will check whether say o application pending or not. Now o application pending na so visa no wanye lucky na say ewu ana say ho ba sem bia waso be yeshi lawyer DARKO eba de sa e de nkwa ni bitini ayi. There is a limit to what we can do. Ayana sometimes we can say, oh lawyer, you are my last stop. I can only do my best. And I demanda a year juba. Say, oh, I'm ready do. Na say yintimi nya ho hwe a. Me o fremia me kan ekre na kyerɛw. Me meje o sempoa ana meje o taku. Na wakwa ko gina baabi akasele ya DARKO any briska ana say opemisika ana so agimisika edi wa anye hwe. Because the amkasa asemi ye di sika na tudin. Nemum ye mfesika ne seidin na asonwo yi ete asem asonwo yi etie asem enti o ho a no ye very very careful ade nyisika bia so na se bi oyedi enti na ya DARKO me se dem de ne kore ana ebeye madwuma se o de ne kore ye adwuma masa you fear no allegation no accusation onam ho a unsuro hwe because o de ne kware ana eye adwuma enti mesremo se o the application akwa kotum na se case no ye nwie ya nyantoboase ema onkrata emra ense na obetu kwan ya otu kwan enye sa ede haw ana bebrew kwode obekọ yese wo ho ofe ede obekọ aware na emom wanhwe ya na wusuban ede wabafie enti se wo de ato ana so wa share program no na amanfo so enye bi ahwe okoso notification button no a dobi or confirmation don otiko wiye no ebibo internet ne so and I say Facebook page no na wo de wonsa emia so said your notification bi aba also onsa bekambi mo she nyina so da mase mo nkoso enhye DJ Mahama, yes, the president of the airwaves ye chiachia baby awo bia yetimi se uguso a o share ekosa enti abesramo se o application dem a nyantoboase mempre o ho enko baabia nyantoboase nemra se mompo se ababeye important say you need to travel. Get in touch with your legal advisor. Tell them why it has become important or urgent why you need to travel. Try and get evidence as much as you can. And correspond with your legal advisors for them to contact the Home Office on your behalf. Home Office have a general rule that whenever they are making, what do you call it, a decision, they have what do you call service standard. They have a limit or time frame in which decisions are made. However, whenever there are exceptional circumstances, they may change it. They may consider you under exceptional circumstances and treat or escalate your case. So don't forget that you have that tool there. So all that I will say to you is as follows. Normally, what forces people to go back home is whenever there is, unfortunately, there is death in the family or there is going to be a funeral. It's, one of those occasions that most people may wish to be there. And therefore, as a matter of respect, most people will sympathize with people in that scenario. But we also have to be practical about life. The fact that you are not there does not mean that the world must stop. We must really, really, really put this in our heads. It's very, very important. No man is an island. And we must never think that we are more important than the others. Because the life that we lead, everyone has got a role to play. And God created each man, like the Bible says, in his own image. And therefore, everyone is also important. If you cannot be there, does not mean that the show must not go on. A lot of people make these mistakes. They think that if I'm not there, then there must be no there. Because in order for there to be there, I have to be there. It's a wrong assumption. It's a selfish way to think. If you are not there, there can still be there. You have to be rational. The fact that you cannot go there at a specific time because of your circumstances must not mean that the show must stop. Because any rational man, any reasonable man, anyone who is selfless will also think about others and their emotions and their feelings, what they may be going through. And therefore we have to respect opinions and also the wishes of the deceased. Many a times within our culture, someone will die. The person may wish to be buried within a week. Someone will sit here and say that, no, I'm not going to do that because this is what I want. I'm going to put you in a fridge for 2 years. Are you doing it for your benefit or for the benefit of the deceased and those family members back home who are mourning every day because you cannot put a closure to the fact that a loved one is still sitting in a fridge waiting for a burial and a funeral? Check this. Let's think about it. The fact that you cannot go does not mean that the show must stop under no circumstances. And for me, the wishes of the deceased is the ultimate, is paramount, must always be respected. If someone is alive and the person saying, when I die, bury me within 6 months, respect that. It's not about you. It's about the wishes of the deceased. And as lawyers, we think law, what the person wanted. And our job is to make sure that it is carried through. It's not about the living, it's about the wishes of the deceased. And therefore, it's important that we respect that. So if it happens, yes, as much as it may be heartbreaking not to be able to go, you also need to respect the other and the wishes. If possible, you're able to cut a deal for it to be postponed, fine. But what you must not do is to hold those back home in ransom because your application is still at the Home Office. What you must not do is to leave the UK without having a visa to come back because it's deadly, it's suicidal. You are going to get stuck and you may not be able to come back. You pick up the call, you call Lawyer DARKO, and you're going to say, Lawyer DARKO, what can you do for me? There is nothing that I can do for you in those circumstances. Opanyina biam me chiachiao me hu se odi ato ana mo na papa we die o kan se bia me se me rem fida as long as I continue to live. O se wiase aye woi obia adwene ebuni yonko kwase ya. Opanyina biam me chiachiao ba bia obia ene anope ene awie. Enti ye besre mo se woni visa o application pending na me nko pre ho enko jiwani basically don't go and mess up your chances in life. Because umuya unimdie ubenya are very, very important. SSR procedures ye better ase. Because ye numbi akotu anamo bone ama eje gu omachi no. Enye adeketwa. Sisa so mo kan say mihu yanka. Mihu yanka animpenimfo say eno na ema owam etuko. Na sebio ade ekita wo no. Esomubo. Ese ade ayekwa akohwehwe. Lafialo Maria. It is very, very important. I say you be to boise, especially and kratan say ye bikita. Yenyan to boise because one she ya obeji weni so. esa na emwa afi pra mo pro nko fi so kwakọbo abusu akoye yie ne keka ho afi na wankasa no so akoka ho ne beboa enti no yenye very careful e was sa ne ma ne ene topic na ewo meni so me pese meye a question obi busa me na because of time factor obo ne tofa na adwuma de ebi gumi so pa na ene I was even contemplating not to do the show, but me promotion move for about 3 weeks. Phone calls, any messages, and minya idea. Naturally say expressor DARKO me wu me ye be papa. Na love any kind we show about me, you know. And then na me encouragement, any motivation, any baha every Saturday. I'm telling you, because sometimes me tell me my brepa. And so spiritually, you know, you are connected to me. I feel your spirits. It gives me the energy to come here every Saturday and talk. And I've been doing this for 12 solid years from Radio Focus. Last week, in the platform, you know, Mr. Resford Amankwa. I mean, I praise, you know, Ebianu Buha on Tiasi. Sebi. Or Mami Sakunyano, since that day, you know. Sky has always been the limit. Na if we are said here, yes, will be a papa bimawa, ayana wakai. Na miri ya kasa asimwe, obi aye mpapa bi abi rain feeder, obi odimpodi bi abi rain feeder. Me the DARKO be memory a very good yakobo achebe. Sa ade no. To be a papa mi rain fi no. Ano bi dimpodi so a mi rain fi. E bi ache dem de beche, ba mi rain padi feeder. Enu nti na if we are certain bia wo ho no ma na wakai de obi aye ama. Obu a bibi nti papa bia wa ya ma nti e wo se wo revenge kra na wajai ni nyina no eye inshira enti Mr. Resford Amankwa Nyankopon inshira no onye okese bebre on ma me platform a me di hu media so enne me ni mu gina ha me ne mu okase ti last week ka bi se obi okase lo ya DARKO nyame inshira obi asa inshira no ebi so enko papa yi eso because up to now 12 years or so follow me mama for about 2-3 weeks or send me message bibia boko de boss maintain wonka wo for 2 weeks in here maintain wonka bibia boko na eye me fekwa you know sebi anko yo bia obeka se na okra woni hwan ya kenye mea anka wonya radio station pra emekasa enso papa yi wontina no kasa. That is what I like about him on pekasa enti nyame enhira no onko gina ma bi so enkodwam kenya bra meka anka bia obiampo enim sa ade we. And when your friend says someone who do things from the heart, obia on come wasem, nemum enipa ne beyi na ye. Sana ewiase, a trender, and I say a attitude bia. Personally, I have learned that from him. Tinyame enshani pi, baby obia. Entino, ene topic am pesa me ye, obi busa me. Ese se 250 2.5 years and also so no. Ubetibi da kofe wukunu anase wojere abana. A question a very tough question. Mititi mitiri ho e ka se mame enkoda nwene ho na sebi mpanifo sisunie e ma adwene. Na makoya research ahwehwem with the hope say kamenya loophole bi anase bibia akabetimi aboye nuanu bi because obi ohodoma ebia okita 2.5 years. Oko holidays wakoshia odofu bi na asa de dofu bi opeso de ne bakru a ebe kane ho. Na the question is say onu su gite 2.5 years enti obetimi de ne dofu na ba na. That is the question. Sa question we me pese obi a ohwe ye bia ensha senhye program because e ya dia me fi say ebetimi abo ye nuanom bi mo. Enti me pause program no for 5 minutes. Yemfa share program no. Me pese by the time e beba no nye ne nam 100. Because e ma beka ho asem no me papa cho yenyi asum yentie ne ye. Na yenyi baby busa me question we some time ago. Na madwire me say yes, madwire me say no. In fact, I struggled with it. They be obusa nyam so nyantobo ase. Watching for about 2 years in here. Now after it looks like a menya answer. Enye easy application to make. Ete na pese menya nto wase na mi dwedwam na mi biebiem na mi fifim na mi papa mu. I'm hoping says obi what that situation in me one. Any fact is about become one semana, a beyond to let me abuano. And Timmy per se, you take it this song. Na me de home so, na me de num so, na ye babaka matoaso. Na saa nwumwe eja nwuma in fact eja abakosem a beka se eye history. Na me tie nwum no aye me de papa na enwum no Nana Adro aneto nwum no a wato ni din komfo anochi. Yentie mu nsem na yankasa yemfantu ye hofo. Na very very important ese abakosem sususu no ye bi hu. Enti no yenhwe yentie na yetwa ye ho aba. Monkoso share program no because afi na so be share program no amom me friends on mo Facebook nyina. Na ye ba na afi no ye di dwumadie no ahyehye so te se baba so.
ya na wasan photo sinti Kromo company form everybody who come on him be I a friend and success leku success leku so fi denjira amoto wa no chima say anoti abone mo ko so nya no obekunu etiniti a watwa mu no success leku ti anoti ti wa fi ase ne wo hi be friend no say tutu o say tutu so fi asante na down for ni success leku San no ni komo bio dem no bi ni komo tie no oko prison dem o e ko strao em no no se ni bo se tutu no na o ni mo ni baby ha en so kan ni ti mo sa mo kire mo na en komo o se no na me be ka kire mo yi am not see o se tutu se papa you fear sentiment o bra ko nya kese bi wa sentiment mo me so kom se on sabeka Somebody else said to Mama, ain't your boss, the Quamanio. And I'm assuming ye are not it, and money go feed. Them not to go to the criminal. I'm a Quana, into a cramp and you force a sanitary over to point. If you send products, so yes, no, yen was Baby, I knew what baby, baby, I knew what baby, international friend to us. Only Nemo could be a Santi. Nemo could do a Santino, not in Como shows it to know Abamu. Into a Chiano in Gwen. I know the two, Nenem say. Nane, Nabua, Mena, Meka, Nabua. Carry up on so the one I say. It's make it up to me and Bamiensa. Me, baby, was Santimemo. Now, baby, I buy the better free. No, I hold my even a to the shed. I'm not to be about one mine. Would you have a more Kumu? Would you have a more job in a quarter mine, Vienna, every 3 years? And yet to call it Kumbiasi. That's how Kumbiasi. I want to hear from you, I don't know why. I don't know why. If you do more, my set tray, if the country has another day, I'm not just so look at that Santi, I'm not Santi, dear girl. It's me, dear Miss Mccain. No, why, dear? Yay, I'm not yay, I'm not yay, Mccain. Yay, I'm not yay, I'm not yay, Mccain. Asante for me man Krobia. Yeah man, asante akuna sa mochi ofenye nikuru. Samla me kenyina na amachi no banda. Ah, yemi ya oh baby, the news is not much. I'm not the no can obey. I'm not any who can obey.
Yes, as soon as we come back, if you have 2.5 years visa, can you bring your husband or your wife to the UK? Share the program, and thank you for sticking around. Thank you for joining us. Yes, history is beautiful.
It's baby, I'm not you die, yet to bring this yeah, Patrick. She a Patrick, make a wassail, Okumati University in Chanwa. I want you to see how much now I'm not sure about the step from Shani. I'm copious with baby, I'm Quebec, Elijah. It's a media, Mr. McCain, why,
on your foot to phone say, Sankanochi, Ekopie free baby, Anka Yebe friend Elijah. sa anoche Nyankopɔn tumi a ɔde ma na ɔde awanwane ma nyinara sankoko pie free o man bi ti say Jew man ma a eye Israel anka menye sure say yebeka say ɔde juju anase beyie anase honhomfi ana eye de eye adwuma we de eye asemsebe ana enwum no e ka kire ye no obia ensua bibi enye de emfiri empenfantefo ne bu o pese ofirifi a woye na akanfo so bu pese efie pete sebio odiu na ma ebika sana etie na ukona se didwaw na se afei no bibia etije wia o se na me de be fie pete ho dabi enti no sana etie yenhwe sa topic yi obibusa this question. I have 2.5 years visa. Can I bring my husband to the United Kingdom? It's something that my mind, something was telling me that is possible. But then again, when you look at the immigration rules, I could not see anything within the rules that makes it possible. Well, directly possible, put it that way. So I was in two minds. I've been struggling with this question for over 2 years now. And every time that sister rings, I can only tell her to wait because I want to be a bit certain in my mind. And also, I had to basically check out certain stuff before deciding or before advising because I was so unsure about it. And I have also consulted barristers that I work with to see whether there is a way, because it's a question that keeps coming to me. People ask and keep asking this question whether it's possible. And finally, I've spoken to few people. They've voiced their opinions. I have also spoken to some of my colleagues, and they've also voiced their opinion. And from my own perception, also what I think. So today, I felt that it's important that I share this with you today, so that hopefully it may be able to help some people. It may not help everyone. However, what I will say to this, the answer to this question, i.e., is it possible for someone with 2.5 years visa to sponsor their husband, their wife, from outside the United Kingdom to join them in the UK? Question obi ebusa ye no is it possible? I am a I have struggled in the past to be able to answer the question directly. My name is for any barristers, I'm no more Juma, any other colleagues. I didn't come. Now in the end, I've come to a conclusion. Say, it may be possible in some cases. Now, osha immigration law na kase mudia at the moment, omo ensheda enye specific rule eda ho say uwe 2.5 years na pese wokofa wo yire anase ukunu ba requirement ni say e wo say wo tick box we e wo say wunya we e wo say wuye we e say wuye we bibia ni wa e wo immigration law ni musa as it is now. Intimacy P. Ahami yentini men quote me say my DARKO say and the immigration law no so kita 2.5 years a crab with yakofu kunaba and asa yiraba enye sanity emra no enkansa intimacy me very very clear na yenya understanding no entina say emra no enkansa. Is there any means anywhere say obi kita 2.5 years obetimi akofa ni kunu anase ne yire abana? That is the question. Now me fifi mu ebusebusa ye consult ye no. Basically, dear Esini, we have come to the conclusion, and I have come to the conclusion, say it may be possible in limited circumstances. It may be possible in limited circumstances. A kwambena ebetini afaso aye possible. Aye possible if there are exceptional circumstances. if there are exceptional circumstances. And the exceptional circumstances no enu be the same. Because Osha Emrana, Yenti Nieba, Osha Emrana, or sister Oti Krumana say, oh, ye settled that. Ubet Miakofa, Ojere, Anase Ukunu, Ama Nabeka. Hey, Facebook didn't send Baba. Nana, me chiao. Nana Kwame de, Nana Kwame Kahiens. Hey, Semo. Nana hene, baby, I will be a chiao now to pay. Nana, me body, I just muasi. Asum Jane count, baby, I will be a Yadamase for your continuous support. Nana, you are muasi hene de. Minena Nashabum from 2010 was supporting justice and law, sir, up to now. On the open lawyer, not wasn't cotton and anymore. On wasted time, or so anything on do, you know. On your lawyer, go to justice and law, Brixton or Nana, as some drink out, yet I was a be. Dear, oh, yeah, my associate, any so. Nasabio, you can't once a month, and Chese, we don't appreciate it. Now, if I'm cast same way, if you as a BBI emre. Bibia yemre na Yakopon ema kwanya yedo na ase bebrel nana yeda wase ye program we ahemfu netio ahemfu ana etie ye program yi enti ye na form ye number 1 ana obi a chiri gu ono no enu nti no yenhwe sadie emrane se waware empo a gisa wo ye settled in the United Kingdom. Enti say wo ye settled the dia and we fit kofa oyere anase wukuraba. Settled means say enipa no kita British passport and say okita indefinite leave to remain. Anase nipa ne refugee, you are granting a refugee status and no de utimi kofa oyere anase wukuraba. Nemom so kita 2.5 years emrane say you can be considered outside the immigration rules on humanitarian grounds on exceptional circumstances. Yentieni on humanitarian grounds. And he said, ukita 2.5 years, and no enchre say untimi nkofe wukunu anasa wojerema. Nemom, there must be a very good reason entia it was a home office anasa secretary of state. It departed from the normal process, and I said the normal rules, no. And you know, normal rules, and I say exceptional reasons in here. Also, we departed from normal rules, you know. I.e., you have to be settled or you have to be British, you know. I didn't know a misa or follow some rules, you know. When I was say ultimately convincing the Secretary of State, the entire also departed from following that rules, you know. And the situation Berna, it me arising, Emma, Mame, and answer Papa. Utimi kofa wukunu eba anasa oyereba. How do you persuade the Secretary of State as a omun departed from normal rules? Under what circumstances? And a BBC it miba. May your application be 2012. Now me go too much details because of confidentiality. Now this application na any person okofa Nigeria free Africa eba eastern part of Africa. Now sad time no anana omodi sa new rules yaba appendix FM of the immigration rules. Now say nipa no sometime no kita 3 years leave on discretionary grounds. Now some 3 years no it was issued before 2012 and therefore it was under the old concessionary policy rules. Oti kromwa wako ware ewo East Africa. Na asembisi na you know na oye potential i.e. Basically oye potential suspect and I say obia na ebia omu free say wa commit a very very serious offense. And a country so no free one na eja dem aye den ko country wa na enye yi. And because of that in impona ekroma so ya ban ne say eni so otukwan. Enti said the pay of Ukromwa, so at East Africa. Only obeya worry are no person by neighbor. But the application to me, Emma Omu refuse no. Now before some about justice and law, no, na city hode, central London, wako lawyer law firms bemu ni na no mantini amoa no. Na obi ka chene say o de Brixton. na oba ebia metimi aboa no na ono ankasa o confess kire me except that we are very skeptical say baby okwae no omo ye city firms a omo agidin omo ntimi amoa no na obi a wo hye twetwe pia bi awo Brixton mu ana betimi aboa no enti na dwene mu die na onye convince say ye betimi aboa no na oba ye osabe hu me no na dwene say na wo small boy we die e de be na betimi aye na ohwemidi na so okay fair enough ye be yesi afemi bima no kasa kire ni wie no ono ano he was touched by the knowledge entina yam kasa asem we say enye tikese ne de wi adwe o na emu de apantan denden ana enye kasa tenten ana de wi ni case na emu eye pointer obi make anyhow convincing it will be. Enti nipa yi baye ye press the case you call court. Nyamyadom ye call court so no obini case no. And the judge allowed the appeal outside of the immigration rules because like you for immigration rules ne dia na papa no at the time no was not settled in the UK and therefore he could not come. And therefore we were able to succeed on the basis he said papa no ye the mandatory ban to say eni so otukan. Na se otimi ntuka na se ni risu entimi madia na wo fi se mi pay e de na peso ye until the judge was able to use common sense and decency and respect for human dignity to make that decision as is here making ma mena tena kromu a nearly 10 years na eba apui obetimi aye application for indefinite leave until money 2.5 years watching the last one obabe complete 10 years of lawful residency and that will passport her to indefinite leave to remain. And therefore, in theory, it is possible. As a ukita 2.5 years ubetimi aye application for your spouse and for your spouse to join you in the United Kingdom. Similarly, ukita 2.5 years as a parent and also so outside the immigration rules, you can make an application. But mind you, it's a very, very difficult application to make. You know, it's very, 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 it's difficult, but it's possible. That's what I can say to you. And before you make such an application, there are questions that I think you need to ask yourself. And think about these factors that the Home Office will take into consideration, into an account, before embarking on such an application. Because personally, if you come to me and the application is not strong, I will tell you. If the application is potentially is there is a moderate chance of success, highest chance of success, and low chance of success, I will tell you so that you can make an informed decision. Because it's very, very sad, sometimes you are caught in prison, what I call immigration prison. Immigration prison, IP. IP means immigration prison or immigration prisoner. I've seen people who have been living here for 20 years. They cannot travel. They are prisoners in this country. People call them from their home countries and they pressure them that you have traveled for so long and you haven't been home, especially if your mother or your father keep telling you that, look, I've been waiting for so long. I'm not going to be long. I'm going to die. And it's sad I will not see you before I die. And so on and so forth. It kills the spirit. It kills the soul. It's not your wish that you are in this situation. So it's for this reason that I say I will do the best that I can to help people as much as I can. And through the Spirit of the Most High, we've been able to help a lot of people. Some people have been able to go back home to see their parents before they died. I helped one lady from Senegal, and she came back where she said, I was in tears. So David, my mother prayed for you. The way my mother was talking about you, my mother has never met you. But the prayers and the stuff that she said, I could not believe it. I could not believe it because the mother simply said, through the work of justice and law solicitors, now she can die in peace. Because she has been able to see her daughter, and that alone is enough. Now she can die in peace, and she also thanked us for what and the role that we played in the daughter's life, for the daughter to be able to see the mother, even though the mother is still alive, but she knows that she can now die in peace, because after 20 years, over 20 years, she's been able to see her daughter. So it is not, it's these things that keep us going. It's these things that motivate us. It's these things that keep me awake. It's these things that give me strength. And I will forever continue to do this as long as it takes. So, if you have a husband, you have 2.5 years. Yes, it's very difficult. Long-term distance relationship. And some people too is breaking up their marriages because the other partner is now threatening that body no be firewood. And I am not going to sit there and wait forever not knowing when you are coming. So it has become something else. So let's see what can be done. Those people who are caught in this immigration situation. We all know that the European Convention of Human Rights was incorporated into our domestic law in 1998 by the Labour government, Tony Blair. And therefore, Article 8 of the European Convention of Human Rights is part of our laws. And Article 8 makes provisions that the state, which is the United Kingdom government, must respect individuals' private and family life. However, the law also says that it is not an absolute right. When we say something is absolute, that means it cannot be interfered with. So, absolute rights, we are looking at the right to life. That is natural law. Everyone has got the right to live. No man has got the right to take another man's life. That is the reason why when someone takes another man's life, the person is given the ultimate punishment. In some countries also life for life, an eye for an eye, for tooth for tooth. Mahatma Gandhi once said, an eye for an eye and the whole world goes blind. So because of that, some countries have different jurisdiction, different sort of ways of punishing people, crime and sentencing. And therefore, in this country, we respect Article 8. Even though it is a limited right where the state can interfere with those rights. So it is for this reason that you need to prove that there are exceptional circumstances so that the state, which in this case is the Home Office, will not interfere with that right. So what do we say? Why I say? What we say is that since Article 8 is part of our law, Article 8 of the European Convention of Human Rights, you can invoke Article 8 if you have 2.5 years and you want your husband, your wife, to join you in the United Kingdom. So the UK government, when they are making decisions in such applications, they'll be looking at one, the age of the applicant. So your wife or your husband, whom you want to bring, they will look at the age. And also, you, the sponsor, with the 2.5 years, they will also look at your age. The length of your residence in the United Kingdom, how long you have been living in the UK. So the longer you have been in the UK, the better. So that it makes it very difficult for you to relocate to another country. You have children here, your children are British. It will be unfair on the children to expect you to relocate. Maybe you may have a child with serious medical conditions. The child may need continuous medical follow-up and medical treatment. You are a single parent in this country. Maybe the child's father is not involved in the child's life and you have the parent or parental control. You are struggling to look after this child 24/7 and the child needs 24 hours care. The local authority is not providing you adequate support, and therefore having your husband in will be able to help release some of the stress. You have the social workers, you have your GP writing supporting letters that this will aid your mental health and your well-being. If you are able to get these supporting letters, it will help such applications big time. So it's important that we look at these things as well when we are making such application. You the applicant, you the sponsor, your strength and connections to the United Kingdom. Do you have family, other family in the United Kingdom? Will you be able to assimilate when you come to the United Kingdom? Are there any family support for you in the United Kingdom? Are you not going to be a burden to the UK government? Are you going to be a positive to the taxpayer? They look at all these factors when they are making such decisions. They will look at your history. You the applicant, you the sponsor, i.e. your immigration history, your personal history, your character, your conduct, and your employment record. I mean, you are trying to bring your husband, and if you are claiming everything under the sun, oh, holy moly, it's going to be a problem. So for me, if you're a single parent, you are struggling, you are doing full-time work, you are providing for your family, perhaps you are not taking too much money from Republic Purse and you don't intend to. Even where it is there for you to take, you are still refusing to take because you believe that if your husband, your wife come and join you, you'll be better off, you can make more money than basically going to take government money. So if you have all this in play, then of course it strengthens the application. Your domestic circumstances, where you are living, for example, are you renting it? Are you paying your rent? Are you not owing anyone? All these are taken into consideration. We take into consideration previous criminal records, whether you are clean, you don't have any criminal records, the applicant and also the sponsor. All this will be taken into account. And then you go to compassionate circumstances. This is where any emotion, anything to do with emotion you can touch on. So if, for example, looking after the child by yourself is making you get blood pressure, whatever the effect on you, if you're able to get a report from your medical people, all that will help. This is where psychologists can also come in, the psychological effect. We can help you to get a psychology report. It costs about £1,800, where a psychologist will do analysis about you and your child and its impact on your health, and how the presence of your husband, your wife, could have positive effect on your mental health, mental state, and how it can also improve your child's life, especially if the child is less able. So all this can be taken into account, all this can be put into place. Any representations received on your behalf. This is where the lawyer comes in, and don't go to lawyers who are just going to write one-line letter to say that we ask for the above named client and please see attached the following documentation. It's absolutely ridiculous. You need a lawyer who will be able to go into details, look at the evidence, pinpoint why it is necessary for you to be granted the leave that you are seeking for your spouse, for your husband, for your wife to join you in the United Kingdom. So that is all that I can say about this topic. It is possible. However, before you go forward, you need to look at these factors. Are there any reasons why you cannot be expected to join your husband, your wife in another country? You know your story more than me. And therefore, you have to be able to give the lawyer the ammunitions to work with. If you do not give the lawyer the ammunitions to work with, the lawyer will not be able to be successful. So the stuff that I've mentioned, this is just an examples of some of the areas that you should be thinking of. Lawyer DARKO, if you come and see us, we will explore anything that can be explored. And then we can then do a successful application for you. It's a very, very difficult application. And when you come to us and we tell you our fee, please make the payment. Obikacho se sika. Enya de pa. Oni akrono. Faneko psychologist no nko help. So because sika ema hoden oni akro ohia help. Because sika pa Thomas o se eye moja. Se oba na se charge na atue sika, yesi ye bebo ye homoden. E de ahoden ene enyansa aye bibia ma. Na so ba na so ba twetwetwe ho a atwetwe ho no saa so ne de be ye adwuma no enti wo fa wo de ka na watua na ye se ye adwuma pa ma wo na wani aso enti de metimi aka no ho no the tosi bi wan pese me ka ho asem divorce new changes are ever divorce laws are changing from 6th of April 2022. Now, as it is, the law has been the case since the 1970s, where if you want to divorce, you have to blame the other party in order to divorce, i.e., you must have legal grounds to divorce. And since the 1970s, through the Matrimonial Causes Act, the grounds for divorce is one of the following: adultery. As a bear and as a obano abo edwaman, enuntina ujai no enti eno ye adultery. The atosu to a behavior. Was say obana behave and as a bear behave in such a way say untimi eno ne entine biem eno a behavior. And the atosu biem a 2 years separation. Also obano and as a bear mano untimi ne entine biem. Enti bobane tu anase bema netu monye bibia momuda obia elidi independent life for 2 years utimi ejai ewo sa grounds ne so anase 2 years desertion ebia bema no obayi esun ewosen wo se ene de ebi nkan wa no okakoso owo de ahwe okoya obayi soso osun ewosen wo wabu atena woso wo se ebro no ontimi biem anatufo na kan asemo nyam na meka anu ntino wo pake wo niema edwane ene fese desertion wo dwane wo na mumrika because empanimfo se enkoko e de hwe bekum eko wo dwane free matrimonial home adu ho to muram 2 years nie obani hu woda entobani betua ka hye we desert no enunti we jaiwo into 2 years desertion. And I said, oh no, Bano, and I said, Bema, no, must separate for 5 years. We see untimi being, entino, oh yeah, dear, ujai our no. From 6th of April, Nina, baby change. And to share him, I can't want him, Nina, not a chese, it was a blame movie, and send a hot idea to himself, or never the way. But you who say, Sadia Nemwa. And my cases will be Google court, will still be our time. And when it's an lawyer for the did me on because the more sebio and tokohuno. Hey, maybe I'm a lawyer. Okasa mincho let it be an me charge you. Okasa make it phone call be a me charge you. Case air court and crabata air by air benino. Madaji na may say, Madaji be as me charge you. And Nuntino, Yahoo saying in an moi. I don't say lawyers epemanson. Share if you are lawyers empemanson one. Because we are at the forefront, you who dear manson yenipa. Manson. Manson ya depa 7 girls. And ya adepa. Anunti anatembiano. Lawyers say what is justice and law. Yet yes, we are the solution to your legal problems. We are there to look for solutions. We are not there to make problems. You see this little hands that I have? This little head that I have? It is not there to cause no tears. But it is there to find solutions. It is there to bring you happiness. It is there to bring you joy and peace of mind. That is the reason why justice and law, we and I say, through the operation of the law, we will find justice, equal rights, and we will always fight for justice. Hence, justice and law solicitors, because we will use the law to achieve justice for the individual. So when people come to see us, we try to make it the process as easy as possible, less stress-free as possible, so that they can achieve what they come to achieve. So all that I say is this: from 6th of April, there's going to be change in the law. Because the legal field, we realize, the lawyers, the judiciary, the lawmakers, they have realized that the existing law doesn't help, and therefore the law ought to be changed. So from 6th of April going, you don't need to rely on any of the grounds that I've mentioned. All that you need to do is to tell the court that the marriage has broken down beyond repairs. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to blame anyone. All that you say is that the marriage has broken down beyond repairs. Once you say that, then you are halfway through. There is going to be a cooling off period of 20 weeks. Now, this is the difference. Let's go through one by one. From 6th of April, for the first time in our history, matrimonial causes at history, the man and the woman can make a joint application for a divorce. They can make a joint application for a divorce, even though one party or one person can still make the application, himself or herself. 2, there will be no blame. You just say that the marriage has broken down beyond repairs. Now, there's going to be 20-week cooling off period between the application and the conditional order, with another 6 weeks after that before the final order is issued. So by the time that you submit the application, i.e. the petition, there is going to be a 20-week period. 20 weeks, how much is 20 weeks in a month? So 4 months, so there's going to be 5 months period. There's going to be 5 months cooling off period for the parties to negotiate, to talk to each other, whether they can basically come back together again, whether it can make a difference. So 20 weeks cooling off period. And say now, unye degree 9 signer, what's our train for 6 weeks, just in case you change your mind. And therefore now, where the parties have even agreed to the divorce, and you're likely said the divorce can take up to 6 months. But as it is today, so who started divorce, that's the parties agree, it can be done less than 6 months. Provided say the parties, are able to respond quickly. And he said, oh, person unye divorce on 10 times dia. Not say why you working so bad be divorce. And that means he said, I also the application too before 31st of March. Because from 1st of March, and you likely say who started divorce. Minimum will be about 6 months before you are able to get a divorce certificate. And it's very, very important. I say yedibeto yetrim ye. These are the changes ever. And yemfa enye asheso. Now, se changes are ever and say, as it is now, what was started divorce, you flow petitioner under the 1970s Matrimonial Causes Act. From 6th of April, when you petitioner be you be from applicant. And yemfa share your home. So the respondent in the still the friend respondent the or the other party that ye join on the your friend respondent. Also decree 9 side ye change it it be kind of decree nisi say I change it your friend conditional order sana and say babe and sana say decree absolute and also so you be to the as a final order. So from 6th of April changes are urban no. Justice and law solicitors. You two see, and I say you two mri ni actually see. Enti the urban no, and also so yemfa ento yetimu ye. You go back to immigration. Identity check. There is going to be digital identification certificate for right to work for British nationals and Irish nationals. And it's a way a British that's what the passport to Kumpa. Yang to say a genuine straight away. Now they are also going to create an electronic version where the employer will be able to check your identity through the right to check. And also so Home Office they are contracted out. Company be employers will be able to basically do identification verification. I don't know actually say a time will come na ni nkrata wo krom a e be difficult ama pa enti e be sere say uni nkrata ana say odo wo nkrata mpo a na unua bi eni bi na so opportunity aba ama ne say obetimi anya bi na so obetimi aboa na mesrew boa no say onumpo na onjini ni ana say wo doubt bi a say unua ne ba lo ya da ho ade a media, I am very open and I will be honest to you. One of the problems that I have or I keep encountering a individual's ability to save their own self and their skin, and at the same time the willingness to help their brothers and their sisters. As I'm making anything, make kakra, maminko direct to the point. Yenuanum bi o ho nyame ayomo adom o metime di efie aduonu ewo ekromu a eye 20 years ebi baba be hu lawyer darko ebetime anya application ama on the basis of their long residency na say no home office policy ne say wo ya application no e wo say utimi prove na wo kire baby a wote enti say uni tenancy agreement a enipa na wote ne nchen no e wo say utimi kiro letter ese ono na ama baby a o lodge for the time being na enipa ne kiro letter na e wo say or a copy of the passport and any tenancy agreement attach to prove say or no or baby te ana ono so ama baby a o ye de so onya omama baby a so gote na omoje passport na and as a copy of the passport na they look at the signature on the passport na oma compare ahwe letter na wachiro no signature na woso no ahwe se eye ampase wo sa nipa no una ocho sa letter na ense na wo sa nipa no oma hwe se wo no po se emramu no bibi ema okwan ema wutimi tina ekrom ha na that is it obi emeka nkyere wo se adentina wama obi baabite na emom se wa rent place na ma nipa ne dia eno de eye illegal transaction because ye nim se obi a oni nkrata ontimi rent. You must have the right to rent before so bitimi tina ekrom ha no enti ebesere mu se onua bi wo ahohoahoa mu na se ubetimi aboa no sa kwan ne so a boa ne ne mema ni mu ansa ano aka se odo nipa no se ubetimi aboa onua bi aboa no emra onya owo ye fe ne se ahoden ana se emra owo enyina so mentwen ema aboa bi nkwache ne nwe na obefrefelo ya darko abetete no esa ya darko ya chiminu bi ntie boa no tama owo to me anase owo way out no na o twetwe wo ho ba sesi aho kira ba no afi na pese wo boa no sebe se ubetimi amboa wuni a me dem kasa asem we boa no na papa soso no wo ya onye ntumwi ya darko ndi biam kasa asem we media me se o boa obi a yemani nsi o de o boa obi mpo na so odi uboni a yiwani na yemani nsi aya na emre pi no obi timi ba waseme kwakọ se obi paper o ya darko me asem odi ba manima ntimi mu a majuma ni se memu ankrofo memu amansa na omunya nkrata etu di betu manim se me kwakọ se obi paper media me ka ni plain me ka ne ha don't waste your time coming to my office obaso so ami ntimi mu a eni diem obi ka ye with due respect enya dia me sa de no regardless say me kwako see obi paper I will never do it. I will not do it. I've never done it and I don't intend to ever do it because me nim paper say this year many pa obi timi ko say obi paper e kire nu ani ne ho e bi esi nani mu da nipa de ba ye ana me say nipa paper ana say o kan say mpi me tu ni fu bia e nipa na ntie o di letter come home office say o say ne yire nkrata no afi e kire se bani siwe bani say yo no asa be fa phone oh lawyer o kan me ntie me the phone ne koy ese me kwakọ me the letter ne koy ekọ e akwa ese me kwakọ say enkrata no home office wa chole ta bre me say o mo chole ta ko mo ba no na oba no so metie na no asem before they make a decision say no nyame aya adom oba na be pa acho oba na sa babak enti ombeso be sen krata ni bi enti kwa be na me fa so aboa no na me boase me se ekwan kro fa so ene afutu ade ma no ese won sen no san krofo no mutu ne futu o mutu ne fo no ese on sen no on fa sa kwa we so on fa sa kwa we so no on san krofo no wa na omonye de omo emo no na onye sa de no anya ne de ba me de me ka madwene I am at peace of myself opa omra me obi mo pa mo ma sebio he we the right thing masa nyame be shira wo ewiase. Do not fear any allegation or accusation. Do the right thing. Say the wo ye no, say unu nyam yanim say ade panko ade a, you will be at peace of yourself. Enti say wo tie me ne na pese wo say obi nkrata enye lo yada kwaso ye Mr. Mupi any day. Don't come to me because I won't do it and I will not do it. I will not advise you how to do it. Me majuma ne say meje nkrata ban krofo. Ne di asumdwie abran krofo. I will never tell you, say, because will be in crata. I made them GD say, regardless of what has happened. Because if we are say, Asemba, yet you are no neka. Asemba, yet you are no neka. Ana se unya entuwasiye, eko enzongwa. Ana unya diegu papa susu edi. Saosu na unya entuwasiye, eko angona janshina. Unya akpele papedi. Saso na nya nto wase kokumase ya. Unya manken fufu edi. Saso na akosu nwane ya. Unya fufu ene de mpo. Ene eyi nkwan no. Kontomre nkwan no. Ene snail unya bidi. Saso na nya nto wase ya ekọ labadia. Labadi kenke. Ene mekoshito unya bidi. Na nyanto wase so kwakwawu a fufu kisi dade a cheso no ni aka meshi ani abenkwan ene ye nkonko a enti no baby a menti anka de mo fa nche me kro de doso enti na ye dikwadie no ebeba na wiye na yetimi ateki some phone calls na afi no ye hu de ye beye ye na enobi obefre bi ebusa na question bebusa ensuo ene ensa de hin na emodu na yewia yahwe de obia adwene eye no etila DARKO justice and law solicitors ana motemi nka no medamasi pi esene mode afidie no atoa na moti de ye de abremo ene awie na mehu se enkrofo so sha na share program no ana motemi na medamasi pi esene ye de beba omo share program ne pa on that particular day no de obe share program ne pa no ye ba na chede ba ye nka de kro ye nka da kro so ye de bebrem sese ye de amatrofo ne etum ye de tutwa le DARKO adwuma gume so pa nti mebo ne tofa na metimi akọ na makọtra ma adwuma so madaroma yakopon dom adwuma no ye nya bia ye pa na me fisi ye busy na said ye see ye busy no me ano is beyond me na ni nyina so no me de na ase be mamu nyina de enwanwane se enye Ghana fo nko a say different nationalities are eba ye ho any dance pa mudi e sometimes me story ni bi any testimony ni bi a ana enwanwa yie e say Ashton boy said you ye grow up me de manye ni da eselo yampo me ba beye enso so nyankopon etimi fa obi a oda gata so etimi hye ne enmonyam sei this Friday hello me pacho jira so am ye basisi yo this Friday me call shop bim about Brixton ye fani nyame bechere na me koy ensem o kan me hu dwiri me o se papa bi be ye shopping obo wudin na nani firi so ba na empire bi a odwagu market ho no mo no meni ho wasi papa ni bompaye to the point say ono ni hu dwiri no na eye ni nwanwa yi whatever I am doing I should continue to do it and I should do it with passion. For that reason, like I say, ayani say you can't want sempa won't we dey mate pa ya kama mate na nipa so meda na se meda na no ase ese edwom nipa bedwam otimi ko gina ho eka true justice and law de yeso etimi ayama no papasem alone was spending 48,000 pounds ego kromu a ni sika yaje edi also ba justice and law me se masa nyanto bo ase aka 1 year twen ema 1 year ni meso so nya 20 years some application ko sisi a ukwa to sika egu sa sam na me kan ye no etache no uyinya so bo ase etwema 1 year ne bai ye de kwaso so no bibia ye successful ama say enne ono so Nidia numpa ne mfabuo ma no o ma me wuye a na so okọ Ghana abusua tena se kra ya mfre no wu ni paper ye ka nipa wo ka ho ya tunegu aso numpo de o ye border so ade enso so enne ono so etimi ayede enya bi a o kofie akohwe baabi a ye kra ne maame. What a wonderful testimony. I wasn't there. Minim nipa nimpo o se nipa so nyame nhira pa na ewiase de obi ya ade a na wakamfo no men say ni din obi wo a o ya ade ma na on kamfo beto be say ni din ba papa yi de wa make sure say wakamfo ye ewo bedwam eno nti nyankopon nhira no na de na koma so bia so no nyankopon enyama no na ewiase de yesi de ode wa no ka no eno na eye ho no mo na meda na se ene mpa so a oboma me ene mabusu nyina meso meti aka se nyame enhira no eja medi akira me kasa bewa na testimony ne die ena baby a obitimi ba office wo hwe me sa say na so ye small boy oti din na ofi se me papa panyini menye small boy mom but se de nipa ne besi agage no ofi se mo 60s 70s and so beba no na me ya branch e pa me gina me ho so na enipa na te shock na aya na emi won kakra ese edin there is something in a name. There is always something in a name. Mawofo amfre mi David for no reason. There is always something in a name. And to say oh ya dia ye adia edi inshira ebe bredi pano a say inshira no ebi beka amansa so na aye development aye krabehwe ama amansa nyina Madam say P. Yenya biaba yemfa no na yenko yenim. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lawyer one, oh soldier me.
Hey, oh soldier, I salute you. Na yakode say, oh soldier. Nyame adom ne mompa bo ye gina so pa.
We lawyer ba koke.
Sa.
Me friend concerning the 2.5 years our reign. And maybe me friend about it in the program.
Yes.
Now me pacho. Me the end say me go Ghana. Na me almost into me for worry. No ka see into me for worry.
That's right.
Me okay train. Me go Ghana 2019. Me go worry.
Yeah.
But me worry and me into me for worry. Me Ghana not Ghana. But on one kasa manage to come all back.
Yeah.
All back for visit.
Yeah.
But there's no problem with me, Bano.
Yeah.
This year, no problem with me, especially in the sun. I'm here, more social workers, so be an here more.
Yeah.
It's the person who saying this, people who are a bit me up by a psychologist, social workers, police for no. On bit me, they are supposed to say, oh, me here more. Am I be a married, you got married, friend. No, if it's only buta, so or buy bibisa or I did near Babu na yenke at once na yashi anymore.
Let me set topic with you come out because topic with you say come out. You know, some questions are mubusa no. And when a boy am I association you memo. Because your life no you're so busy say you don't get time to do a lot of research and concern you. And you want to two questions we my afi na so no. O dakra o na eso so dai. Na ama o fishing more. I say okay, my worry me 2.5 years meet me fanema. Is there any other way? Na afi no a challenge. And you know, upon the sana you start talking to people. you start talking to others and get ideas. And to get some ideas now if you want to what you put the ideas together and develop a theory in a case. Tenana, metenasia, meso modest swamia, and Miss Midababe to many mono. And the answer is yes. So onya bedru krom one ma I mean me de e be example chira 2012 obi a ofi East Africa na my that type of case that na me sure ese na be ye dwuma mponi because oni akone de o de ya ban ne say so tu kwan so enti na I was in a dilemma but now ne de after speaking to colleagues any other cases I've been involved no it's more realistic provided they say and Fatu who am we are able to position ourselves properly.
Yeah, but me they want me because of my banning, you know. Apparently, meet me me compare to man and say 2 weeks me guy.
Mete was say
school me for me every time. No, yes, the best of Opano. In the media, they different case cry.
Aha, this is where the role of the school is crucial because Akrano onya baako. Ana tem bia no se so kofa baako na se sa for said the fa we ya inipa baako e dey na bitimi ayi and therefore you need help because some help no is unanticipated help it just happens like that and tiabone sanafi na ko free social worker so yin help omo fo obi mra meboa wa na and all these are some of the ingredients say you know your story what can am me more ideas how it can be expanded and this is a type of case you need to tell the lawyer the impact, the difficulties, the challenges. Because I know you, so I will never know. You know your story more than me. Everyone know their story more than their lawyer. And no, I may know the law more than you, but you know your story more than me. And if you're able to tell me your story properly, I can also execute properly. Not at the assembly abefi.
In this case, you know, or 2 and 19, and also for my certificate, I know only here for now.
The mechanic said, oh, yeah, the visa application form, no. They were thrown you, no, and then I own me so. I been a me boo.
And I know, no, because I'm going to need me
okay. Oh yeah, marriage application. Oh yeah, application to come to this country. You will say questions. The first question is why worry? And you know, meaning do treasure so.
Okay.
And you know, say, but also what I say. I don't want to talk myself into trouble today. I mean, fancy yeah. Because and you be okay be an pay obi wa show. That's what we better see. All right, oh soldier. What dear, what friend here? Where need to get to grow baby and to the young to answer. At the moment in the home office fee say 1,052.20. With a consultation. Who says, you couldn't case, say, you case. Aha. And you know, say, I know this idea, you like doing to be here. So, aha. And to the old friend here. Oh, you feed a cheap cry, 80 pounds a pay. Now, oh, Bassaswa. Oh, Bassaswa, I'm married that one is 50 barco, 20 barco, 10 barco. Nadia. Why? Who says you say Sika Coco dear to me? Why it's not the 50 pounds account? Okay, but that's it. Oh, soldier, I salute you. Bye bye. Mama Gusina Yadavase was a witty afraid. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon to you. 185.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Patro deni beti ya yama.
Me patro, me pese me mu se obia o dik visitors visa abokro mu ha. So penkata e kwan be na obetimi afa so be.
Emrane de o hwe immigration law na se wo the visitors visa e be wura kru mu ha no ma. Untimi mfanya nkrata. That is the general law. Unless there are exceptional circumstances. In that case, it will be treated outside the immigration rules. Ebine say ebia uwa yare bi wo so se waka wo come back basically they are sending you back to die. And as o ba ye no wa be hia wo ba bi woni na twempena mawo na ebia obani kita ekromu ankrata na so kita indefinite na wo ba no waje nkrata ni bia ma no waje kromu ankrata ma no enti se wo ba na so ba British a ubetimi agina so e bia fight it. And as wo betena kromu for 20 years on a private life, ubetimi aya application. And I say, obishia wo baby, koforidia flower. Woni na twempena kakra, mpese mo ware. Eba ne sana gise wo kofie, ana okoya ware no, ana wa apply aba as a spouse. Enti kwanya da hono no.
Oh, okay. Pacho me that. But let me feel say obisu ka che me say what you need to know promo for 10 years that. And then kwa na mate say wo ka say 20 years na so okay.
10 years no. Eye omoma betena ha no lawful stay. Say obaye no ebia ukita visitors visa as an example. Now for whatever reason you have been able to get 2.5 years. 2.5 years. 2.5 years. 2.5 years 4 times. And no what na kroma 10 years and you lawful stay. And to bet me edenya indefinite. Patch was what you say. And if any part of friend no nature nim e ya ade your community no enkofo bebre dia show madwenim. And unfortunately, enkofo ji omusika di. Okoya ye mfama, no ji osika di. Okọ na office na ko yede was metwa kotia ma. Sebio entintewuro etwa wachi. Oye den. Eko jump fire. Na afa kofa ho kira abrɛw. Why? That's okay. Oh. Nipa na ntimi engira so. Patro mo amfre nyina mbetimi afre why? Now phone ne so aye hot papa mbetimi afre yekuso ye be take my phone calls nyame ya adom 1:30 edikimedi be ba na wiye enti wa wo free ye bia no me trust me free bi so back na sebi I be bia koso kama hello, you are live on Facebook. Mpacho din dey say na ka say free.
Yeah, hello. It's my DARKO.
Hey, me mpacho dey din dey say
Mr. JB.
Mr. JB Dankwa. That's right. Mr. JB Dankwa. Hey, Ejabroni na te say.
Lawyer one. We have some person in the Commobi away the meet me when I used to last week we renew in a secretary in
okay, no problem. Mefrel, why? Mefrel. So what you mean kasa live on air? I'm off be goose into the Mefrel. Why?
You
that's it. Hello. Okay. The base main friend back. I'm off be goose up. I'm off on a live. Okay. O friend I went to me Rema Metro P ubetimi idea asai afre. Enti no yekuso twen mo calls. Enti ubetimi afre. Said na ye kan no. A application a difficult application, but it is possible. Your circumstances and na e be determine whether say ubitimi akọ forward and I say untimi enye die enko forward. Number edidi djuma no 07538 969 589. Say opese ofra osubitimi afre sisia. Ya wa ha until 1:30. Hello.
Hello, lawyer. Good afternoon.
Also good afternoon. Nibi na mpacha odi ni se na kase free.
I'm Pacha from Nanaya, touch free, Mitchell.
Nana ya or yaw?
Yaw.
Nana yaw Mitchell. Nana yaw Mitchell, my uncle.
Yeah, I'm Pacha already. My passport renewal, I'm a member. Now, me, you know, almost a means and the birth certificate, you know. It's a mammy sounds here, then come out. If you almost answer what you say, means any proof of is it responsibility or like parental something like that, like parental guidance.
Yeah.
But if we didn't send the birth certificate, now send them. Mimi Dina was so.
Right.
And I am a miss must any documents matches I am a passport come.
Yeah.
And I don't know in this case what document they want again.
Okay. Now I musa 1 or 2 questions be. Na they walk no. Madwene say me hu ba bi o mpese o medefa. Na ebia ye ka ne soso na aboye nuanum bi in future.
Okay.
Me pacho akra no ye wo no. Moko register see awo akra no. Udi ko birth certificate so straight away.
Aye.
Na owo akra no mo register how long did it take for you to register the child?
Oh, I think so the same week. I'm used to no crampo here the first passport man.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm just doing the renewal.
Renewal. Okay. Birth certificate, can be used as a proof of a parent with responsibility.
Okay.
Because by operation of the law, a man and a woman, once they have a child, they will have parental responsibility. There was a time a man and a woman have to be married before the man can have parental responsibility. It wasn't automatic. I cannot remember. Oban Pacho, what did he say?
What did 9 years?
9 years. My 1 minute, I'm cross check it. Be more here. Me refi year na law ni change you know. The current law ni there. Bear man or burning now automatic parental responsibility. But there was a time so on worry ma na bear man only parental responsibility. And tell me say they are trying to use that law. But what I would say is say Accra no the Nico school.
Aye, Oko school. Yeah.
Accra no the Nico hospital.
Aye.
And therefore you can go to them and get a letter to show say you are on their records as a parent with responsibility.
Okay. Together
with the birth certificate, that should be it.
Okay.
And then you can do a small note to explain, say, when it comes to parental responsibility, you and the mother have your own agreement without the court's interference. And therefore, you don't have any court order in that respect. Because some people have actually gone to court to get parental responsibility.
Okay.
Another way is also said, lawyer, now lawyer are drafted parental responsibility agreement between you and the mother. And both of you will sign it and get that sealed at the family court. Now they are called and also another way.
Now, lawyer, it's kind of very funny because me application but two say two dear echo different place.
Yeah.
And I want a dear another place.
Yeah.
But two did normal program on more dear no crab.
Yeah.
Now so that it's I don't know say now what if you say mother no so you're British or no so throw letter in the passport to come one won't it have
and also bit in Yabua. The entire ABA Nipane yes they say say a juma dear every day you learn.
Yeah.
ABA making papa no ye passport no afa maminechi as an example. Papa ne say can passport na no afa akra no na adwane akotena another country.
Okay.
ABSO esi de bia enu nti na sese mpo se wo ye oba na wo de oba tu kwan na se wo ba no need surname different from you na nkita birth certificate udru airport omo ha wadwene wan hwe ye plane no krema won foro because of ensema ACCNT yes enti se wo ye oba na mfere se bia de Joyce Nyako na oba ede ebia Salomi Boatin na so di bi tu kwan adru airport e wo busa so de be no e de na cheso na ya kra ne maame. Where is the child's birth certificate? Why she man through plane? Because there has been incidences and for the woman without the other parents' consent. And the case where can be one man a bin tono and to call you now or Judy know the amount straight away. Case where can be a funny assay and to be making sure say what cover BBR and to know me when you say a part of due diligence checks and to know my name how why
okay
and to wait here the same I'm expecting natural letter and also another way why
okay
thank you
okay
bye. Yes, my more friend, I'm bet me akoso afrefre. You go so ya twa mo call. E one way into obinya sikwa ni mu pe na chese e wo so free mu se na obi atimi aba. You know, ofre na so antimi nwurema mesrew sa afre biem na ye betimi afa ma e kwan na ba bedem sisi a. Enti da masepi mo nkoso emfre. You be 9 minutes pe 9 na ye de dwumadie no aba na wiye. Enti mo nkoso na mo nye de mo mfre. I ain't tell you come call. Yes. I say I deal with your mama hello.
Good afternoon, lawyer.
Also good afternoon, even I'm patrolling they say.
Because a free no fancy.
All right, Kwakunya Seni, young quiet, yes, you could be any answer. I am pa.
I know the Omoneka.
And the Omoneka. And the Kwaku is when you answer any mood.
Eso.
Eso the mood. And when you and we and Yansen Yampa. Kwakunya Seni Casa.
But you set me with that. So, Obiwo 2.5 years. 250 bars.
250 bars, 250.
Bars 250. Now, my men challenge kakra. And I was our bands on the banners for challenge kakra. Now, opposite Onyamwa. Onyamwa, but minister and the end of the challenge now, Washington. And then the sound benefit so. Until say no bet me at the name on the 2.5 no. I go far
you see, I understand the problem no any benefit, you know. So now I am now any panel, as any panel make a decision. I say any panel all banner, and when I a priority, now say the benefit are a be a before me, and when I a priority. The question say the question is yes, Uber to me, and their sponsor will be from topic A. Okay. Oh, Nipani and Neba. Once again, outside the immigration rules, the question is unse enkra eba, enkra a burden, because you have to also look after the child. And you say, who are burden or what that? Now, the more burden as I become one. Will it be in the interest of Akrana or Ukruba Dadanana? These are analysis are on bay.
Or the neighbor or bro that age is over 23 to 24 years.
I know the Yantu Yaginin because Obia or ye over 18 or Yakrabi. Though or ye neighbor, but a chroma do ye adult. Anna, when you 18 pet, that's it. It's all no money, bra. And I wanted there, I will tell the person not to even bother. Because you are going to waste your money, you are going to waste your time.
Oh, okay. Now me say yeah, our challenge now is our banner the balance what challenge because I buy no grandma Nebano will be prevent Nebano 2 hours, 3 hours every day, weekends in a safe. Now we say Bianca, sir, you know, so
yeah, and no, unfortunately, say Obinya di 18 pe, sinipani adult, any to me lead independent life. On top of that, you know, almost they will also home office will also argue say you are getting government support, so they don't see why. I was say Obi eba now. Ababe say ni Panama. Ewa abrea. We be say jumano as in a form of employment. So rather than say bringing someone to take someone's job, basically that is how they will normally interpret it. And in such scenarios, unfortunately, with heavy heart, like I say, my own try. Because here, that's my opinion. Maybe another lawyer may have different opinion, but from experience, they will not give it. That is what I will conclude.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I am absolutely convinced SSIDVC.
Okay.
And sorry, say I have to give you that bad news, but that is the honest opinion. Yeah, so that's it.
Now, if I tell me second question.
Sure.
Say, Abada or Abrano, British certificate. It's but just 10 years, we have 10 years now. Can let me apply for book a man and I say from 9 years, nobody me.
Mr. P said money in your 10 years. In theory, any age ubet me apply under the discretion of the Secretary of State. But akwakuye loto no, I will not advise you to do it. Nemum odi 10 dia is almost guaranteed. And as we did 9 they said you need 10. Tienya to was here, Emma 10 and so. Na yemfa vim enko yenim, na yenko jemano. Why? But I was sippy. Kwakunyan. Bye bye. More friend, I'm be good, so I'm going to be young fan. Most of the time, I'm mana betom, most somebody in your friend, and to young cousin, or friend, and not just your foul. Now, just say, also so what's me akasa. Hello. Hello, caller. Okay, nipa na you're confused. Say, oh, friend, I would see free radio in this one. There is a bit of a delay in transmission. And it's a offer I have a phone a T the year can I know you're more or less live. Hello.
Hello.
Hello 479. Good afternoon to you. Did the send a free?
Okay, from Kuduba.
Kwajoba.
Yes.
Kwajoba radio, Yanko.
254 because the question on the 254.
Ekwada okwejo.
I just say, how long does it take?
Say ni dear, a very good question wabusa na me dey so busa so question no. Say o kwakope extension and I say o the 250 akwakotuma. At the moment no Home Office are making announcement to say they are unable to meet their service standard. Their service standard is just say they will make a decision within 6 months. But at the moment, they are unable to make decisions within 6 months. Sisi I know what I say. Me and my clients, it be the 10 months. I feel they are brave.
Okay.
And you know,
if you 10 months, now until what do you have to do?
I mean, you can always write to them and inquire. Say, if the application they buy, about 10 months in here. I am aware, say, also service standard, you are unable to meet it. But this is, going on for a bit. If you have a very good reason, ain't you feel say, it's almost feeding the upper. Now, what the account, a bit to me, abwa. But I can guarantee you, say, men crow for mama me pressure, I'm delete call union. Or my letter nego. Oh, I need to do the answer. So sorry, it's in the queue, you have to wait. There is nothing that they can do. Just I catch you plain. Won't you make you now a banisana? The only thing you can do is to take the Home Office to court. But they will argue, say, because of the pandemic, because of Ukraine crisis, because of Brexit, it is beyond their control. Which I believe most judges will agree with them. And Tina Hosso Sonoka waste to money. And the Mekacho Biani say Yenyan to Boise. There's a lot of delay at the Home Office. And no more fault. I will not blame them. Because yeba be free Europe muno. Between December and June. Among for Kenya last minute, 400,000 cases and a profako jego almost. They don't have the resources to deal with it. Pandemic, people are working from home. what do we expect them to do? And you're nice, and you're unfortunate, but I can sympathize with them. See the secret can't go idiot. And they say, no, in order to avoid headache, you know, no catch any panic, say you have a choice. Or more express service, you pay £800 extra. If you are not prepared to pay that there, I cannot guarantee when it's going to come. It's too late. You have to do it from the outset.
Okay.
So, and you know, and you're very unfortunate for people like, you know, you. But the American say munyan to boss here. Yes, and for the member. Na check. Na lawyer for no so no say you any penny say becho. Because a bantama, Miss Mensa can balance. Now Miss me come him. So name a situation we all find ourselves in is not nice.
Lawyer Chairman, do they respond? And sometimes they don't respond.
Sometimes they don't even bother. But me discover way be almost respond to mommy. Because there was one way we are moving okra. And I just petri and I'm doing another avenue. And so no crowd no car. On back say sorry. We do apologize. It's in a queue. A dear ben train. It is me this and all the my client. Na eja or so na come atoni him. Na me so so because sometimes you know so be tata was why we na kokko fe bufu aba. Because no make bia no. Enipa ne nte wase. Afi na we ya be fed up. Now after you begin to think say nipa no nyimi ni ana. Who say ye nipa into these emotions you go through. But I can also understand because what to na say osujane showa. Won't na over we so afraid nipa no.
But in such a case no if a human for no extra one to verify say woman they give them answers no.
They will tell them say application need to them. We were hoping to make a decision within 6 months. It hasn't happened. So we are giving you another statutory defense, i.e. a confirmation that the person is entitled to work for the next 6 months. By that time, we hope that we would have made a decision. I'm so glad that you've said this. Say, oh, Shemi, now say you are facing this problem, me pama chow. Say, you for get in touch with your lawyers. For your lawyers to write to the Jumon for direct. I say your application is still pending and therefore they are under obligation to carry out ECS check and your employment check services. Oman carry out another check. Carry out another checker. Of his vessel confirm say ubetini aye juma. Obi wo adwuma for chasing no. Na wato na dwunim. Onye hwe. After to an adwuma for na money suspension. At that time no be friend a lawyer. Esanana eya ye too late. And to say jana ba get in touch with your lawyers. Mpacho what bibi. Okay, sisi ayente ehwe no. Me pacho adwuma for hamantwene. E de na betimi ayama me. Ubetimi no ma ubetimi contact wo. My personal department, email address me, me pacho chom ne can be chiro mami, na omunya me how. That's it. The problem can be resolved. Justice and law, extra work. We do it for our clients, we don't charge them. And you know, no problem at all. Okay, thank you very much. Hello.
Hello.
And then me kwakodi enkran kenke ene me koshito. Sika koko obi achebi sika koko se me fan kodi enkran kenke labadi kenke me dey allow labadi kenke o
ye na who say labadi kenke anase Tutin Broadway kenke
there me kwa me busa me kwa me say labadi kenke from Tutin Broadway. That's right. No problem at all.
Me don't want it. Now who can send the money lower way?
Okay. I lower my why?
Because who can say to be here Jumana Nyama de Muniadia?
Yeah.
Uncle Catabana on Chiro views again.
Yes.
Na me bane you know. Kakra pe no matro ama me say o ma email me say ni ena na ma explain ya mom. No o ma ka e the same thing bio. That time kwala me ya ni na ni bi on you.
What happened is school for no they put a reminder and they are just following it up. Say bia na we circumstances are changing. Bia we na we fear on kan kire wo. And it's almost send a reminder ne ba na ka chom say the situation is the same. No matter set another reminder for maybe another month. And they are just following it up. Enya dia ese e how kra. Yes, enti ti 1 month time no. Ombesa send another reminder. Because obi ohonoma bia na de nimpo aba. Amna kwaje N9 no. Enso so on kan kire wo mo. Enti omo follow the upper. Na chese omo so no omo nye omo dwuma yi. Eno nti no ma set up reminder no. Enti enye big deal. Why?
You Martin o kamida wasipa.
Yes, yeah, that was a part. You say me say me a show na am obi am frame me go tweeting Broadway. Labadi Kenki. That's right. That's right.
Why?
Martin.
Why?
Me da wano ase. Martin. Bye bye. Okay, you have your last call and you have Emra de Vie. Number na 07538 969589. Usu ubetimi afre sesia. Na yemfa nya ka achiri, yemfa dwumadie no Emra de Vie. Yadomasipi Justice and Law Solicitors Lawyer DARKO ana ekase. Yewo 35B The Link 49 Efra Road Brixton Southwest London SW2 1BZ. Say uhinya lawyer amane di wanim or employment issue and I say immigration issue. Frey nebra ne bi huye na yenhwe de betimi aye ne di aboa. Say divorce so na person ye and I say child arrangement and also so ubetimi aba bi huye. Ama ya boa ama ososo de ohwehwe no. Onsa idea aka. Enti no so person fresh so a your last call a yemfa dwumadie no Emra de Vie. Yadamasipi SNS masema daje na modi etie de yede abremo ene nyame eye yadoma dasene next week ye besai ehie biem. Hello, good afternoon to you. Na pacho one eka say positive mame ba ko pe. That's right. That's right. Baby,
no ties in London. Nobody. One was a small boy. I didn't know, and that concert a crocodile.
Yes.
And I was here, woman who could dream no cheap.
Sanity.
Small boy. And she who bet me. I get the two radio who can be so normal lawyer.
That's right. Medawasipi, thank you all for your support over the years. Yankopon so ensure munyina. Sana etie yedi dwumadie no beba ne wieye anase yedi dwumadie no eba ne wieye. Yedamase for your continuous support. Without your support, anya dia yebetimi ababetina hampo and so no mompaibo ene mo support amode taye chi nyina enti no amatembia na nya hoden ene tumi ni gidie e de ba afidie so e de ensempa no ebrem enti no ye de nyum yi e damase ye de nyum so e hye munkran ese e how bia wotim biara ewiase problem bia ni wa solution enim di yani se obenya akoma ubenya entoboase na ubenya abotre se uwo gidie ewo bibia wo yemu u focus ewo de wo yemu na se odi wani to so ese ebeye yi a ebeye yi so enti mo madane immigration prisoners nyinara a mutikuro yi mu obu a 20 years ontimi ntu kinda adwuma mpa wo ye se bio or the born again and in them abrochinsem bebre uti kromo pressure if you for so frewa na ye ma more pressure o da manu aye ha what ani atinta ewuro eye me mpa ebo anim na me bone say Nyankopon ensua wo ewo ekwan bi so. Obi biara opo se ye biara ye bom pa se Nyankopon eba ne kwantenten na ohun de Nyankopon etimi ye. Lumba nyumwe fa chichurure wate na you are not alone. When you say Debbie ososo ebe ye Debbie akoko benum so. Se upeso be hunya ya justice and law. Yawo 35B 49 Efra Road, Brixton, London, SW2 1BZ. Your telephone number is 0207 993 5976. And I say 07538 969 589. Fanyushi Chorewate. Jidi, Ajinya Menkwa. Shedding. Ajinya Menkwa. Jinya me. Listen what you are sharing. Obe sorry what Yajidi. So what any immigration prisoner? Missing Yajidi. Sometimes it feels like that. If we are son of God, we are now. We are soon over Tonsa. I shall be with for. Now, I'm fine. One of them, I'm say. Yame, I'm not a patent. Now, who will go so what? Mr. Osuga Peja. Osoga sorry. GD. Because Ajinya Menkwa. Yeah, no matter what you are going through, stay strong and be true. Nyame ana enim de manema. Mema bibia en how. Se bibi empo hawa nyegidi say there is always a solution. Justice and law is a solution to your legal problems. We are based at Unit 35B 49 Efra Road, Brixton, London, SW2 1BZ. Our telephone number is 0207 993 5976. The mobile number is 07538 969 589. We work from Monday to Friday from 9:30 to 5:30. If you are going to call us, try and call us after 10. There will be always someone to pick up and answer your phone calls for you. Justice and law, we cover all areas of immigration and nationality law, employment law. We also cover family law, in particular child arrangement order, and also non-molestation orders if you want to apply for one. And also we cover divorce. We also do something like drafting of legal documents, such as for lost passport affidavits, parental responsibility agreements, tenancy agreements, and so on and so forth. Come and see us, and we'll be able to help you. We thank you for listening. We thank you for watching. Until we meet again next week, may the Lord Almighty God bless and protect you. We thank you. Bye.